Yo, yo, welcome to Sunshine Haze. I am Aja A. Thank you for tuning in first and foremost. Since you see tarot cards on your screen, what does that mean? It's time for a reading. Bars. This is not a moon reading. It's not a new moon reading like I usually do. I wanted to actually get these up like last month, but luckily for me, the fall lasts for a few months. So we're still very much rocking in this time. This is your autumn equinox reading. So we are covering September, October, November, December, literally from the beginning of fall to the end of fall. And because I read more so mostly around the moons, really looking at the lunar seasons for those fall signs. So Libra, Scorpio, Sag seasons. This video is for my lovely water sisters and brothers. I love y'all. Y'all like show me probably the most love. Like, I was a little shocked at the last tarot forecast that I put out, because usually the Cancers show me the most love, which makes so much sense because I'm a Cancer. I have a lot of Cancer placements. But like, actually it was the Virgos last time, but y'all are always number one. But you know what? Come back to me. Come back, baby. Come back. No, you guys actually always show me love. So Scorpios, this video is for you, looking at the fall season for you. This is your season. We're actually, as I'm recording this video, we're actually in your solar season. So your energy is probably going to come through pretty intensely, as it usually does. So yeah, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video is not resonating with you, that means this video ain't for you. So go on and check out your moon and or rising sign. And you can find those videos down in the description box below. I've got a playlist to the autumn equinox tarot readings. What else do I want you to watch? We still got Venus retrograde going on, so go on and check out my Venus retrograde video. And depending on when you are watching this video throughout the fall, I would say go on and check out the new moon video and the forecast that go along with it, and also the corresponding full moon. So that will either be the Libra new moon, the Scorpio new moon, or the Sag new moon. And then the Aries full moon, Taurus full moon, and Gemini full moon. So either one of those videos, depending on when you watch this, is a timeless video as far as the fall season goes. So just know that. All right, y'all, let's shuffle these cards. Let's see what's popping. What's going down for Scorpio this fall season. Ooh. Okay, y'all. What is that? You got the Three of Fire coming out. And so that card, if you look at it, it's this dude. He's got like whatever shit he can really just handle on his back in a bag, and he's just walking, and like we don't really know where he is. It just looks like he's just going. This card kind of talks about losing your way, but coming back to the point of finding it. So Scorpio, the first message that comes out with this card flying out, I told y'all, I said y'all's energy is going to come through pretty tough, as it always does. With this card coming out, this tells me that a lot of you, some of you, may be in a position to where you just kind of feel like, you know, the best way I could put it is like you're on a different level. You're vibrating differently than you did previously. You might feel like what was once for you isn't for you anymore, and now you're kind of like, well, what is for me? So this card coming up tells me that the fall for you, and this is the season of change. This is the season of transformation. Y'all are actually the sign of transformation. The fall season for you, Scorpio, is going to resonate very heavily with that energy of moving away from just what isn't for you anymore and moving towards what it is. And I think that this card is coming out because it's saying that this is going to be a time of discovery for you. Okay, and this card also comes with a pretty intense energy of, you know, it's a fire card. It's a Three of Fire. It comes with the intense energy of just drive and motivation, but also a very independent, even though it is a 3 card, this is just a card that carries a lot of independence with it. So it's saying whatever discovery or whatever you discover during this time, it's really going to be for you, Scorpio, and you don't necessarily have to think about who or what you're leaving, but think about what you're coming into in regards to yourself, okay? All right. Let's finish shuffling these cards. Say what's going to be popping off. It's going to be the energy for Scorpio. Okay, y'all. Listen, I'm trying to give y'all a reading. Okay, so when I put the Three of Fire back in the deck, right, I saw this card, and I was like, nah, we don't really need to. Like, look, I'm trying to get this reading done. I'm not trying to give them all these cards and turn this into like a 30-minute video. Because it's literally just it's it's an equinox forecast, but I did see the child card, and sure enough, you know, when the universe or God or spirit wants you to say something or wants you to know something, the message will come, and it flew out again. So the child card flew out, and this is a card that talks about a whole new beginning, and this talks about enjoying life. So coming out after that 3 of Fire card, having the child card, Scorpio, a lot of you are going to be getting into some new shit, but it's going to be some new cool shit, and this card is just saying, like, listen, have fun, enjoy the ride, because it's going to be a ride, okay? Listen, Scorpio, I want to kick it with y'all. What do y'all got going on? All right, for real, we're going to shuffle these cards this time, and we're going to get you a real reading. We're going to get you your autumn equinox reading. So it's going to be popping for Scorpio. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. Bruh, I'm over you guys. Like, I'm truly, honestly over you guys. That's the scribe card. The scribe card talks about documentation and documenting your journey. So for a lot of you Scorpios, y'all are water, so y'all are creatives. Most of you carry a very creative energy. Whatever is going down during this time, whether it be for the purpose to just revisit it for your own memories or for some other bigger purpose, you guys should be journaling or at least somehow documenting. Like if you do video, you should maybe be taking shots or taking footage, getting footage, sorry. Remember this. That's literally all that's the message that's coming in. It's just saying, Scorpio, whatever is about to go down in the fall, it's just going to, like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Remember it. Don't, it's saying, live in that moment. Really resonate with that energy. Just, okay, remember it. Remember it. It's going to be a memorable time for you guys. All right, I lied to you guys the last time, and I was like, yeah, no, we're going to shuffle these cards, and then I'm going to do your reading. But for real this time, Scorpio, thank you for all those messages, but I'm trying to give them the actual reading, so can we get the reading done? It's going to be the energy for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Change. All right, y'all, because I feel like more cards are about to start flying out. I'm finna cut the deck. See, I try to keep these videos short and simple, but y'all's little energy just be like, no, I got messages. Emotion and intellect, yeah. Okay, Scorpio. I see y'all. See y'all tapping into your little spirituality and whatnot. I'm here for it. You've got the emotion and intellect card coming up in the position of the energy for you during this season, during this fall season. So this card talks about, how do I want to word this? This card talks about being out of whack because you are resonating so much in your emotions. You guys are a water sign, and a lot of change and transformation is coming in during this time. But you've got cards over here with this water card coming up first, telling me that there may be some suppressed emotions here. There may be something that subconsciously or consciously that you are very emotionally invested in or emotionally attached to, that you are going to have to either release or address, depending on what it is, and work through whatever blockages need to be released there in order to tap into these energies coming up later on. The emotion and intellect card talks about just being in a very disharmonious headspace because of our emotions. So Scorpio, some of you, And again, this is a general reading, so for those of you that are like, yeah, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, click out of the video now. Don't leave me no weird-ass comments. Just click out the video and check out your moon or rising sign, because this message is not for you. But if you're like, oh, yeah, no, I do feel kind of out of balance, and I'm trying to place what it is, Scorpio, it is something that you've either put a lot of energy into, or that you feel like you are just strongly connected to, that is not working the way that you wanted it to work, or did not turn out the way that you wanted it to turn out, or it's just, it feels like it might be being stifled, just depending. But whatever that is, you're resonating, or you're attaching a very emotional narrative to it. You're focusing solely on the fact of the didn'ts and the couldn'ts and the wouldn'ts, okay? And because you're focusing on that, Scorpio, that in turn, in tune, is actually shifting your intellect, shifting your perspective, and putting you into a very negative headspace. So for those of you that are like, yeah, she's talking to me, this emotion and intellect card talks about finding balance. This is a card that is not a very light energy. This is something that you will need to address and work through. And when we talk about addressing things that have been emotionally suppressed, like our traumas, or when we talk about detaching ourselves from things that we are emotionally invested in, especially when we're not supposed to be attached to them anymore. Message: when we are invested in things and the time has passed for us to move on from it, and the longer we stay in it, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a habit, the longer you stay in it, the harder it is to get out of it, and the more painful the release is. So Scorpio, if as I'm talking, you're like, yeah, I already know what is really not working for me anymore, but I just feel so attached to it, this is my advice to you. Start figuring out how to cut the cord. Start figuring out how to remove yourself energetically. Start figuring out how to detach yourself emotionally. And that's not to say to be reckless. Don't just, be out there cutting people off, snip, because, oh, I need to change myself, so I got to get rid of you. Work through these things the way that you're supposed to. And everybody has a different process. That's just to say, be very mindful and very deliberate about your actions, because again, every action has a reaction or a consequence. Or a consequence, okay? All right, Scorpio, what is that there? You've got the Three of Earth coming up in the position of the energy for you guys. And so the Three of Earth is a card that talks about feeling a little restricted, but during the time of restriction, still making plans. So this card is coming up, especially because you've got all this energy, this like crazy water energy coming in with this emotion and intellect card. That's your energy, right? This is what is transforming for you. You're mostly, for the most part, Scorpio, what it looks like, mostly going to be dealing with whatever releases and cleansing you need to be doing here. But that's not to say that you need to devote all of your energy to your water and your air. You also, in the back of your mind, need to be thinking about, okay, as I'm clearing out these blockages, as I'm repairing these relationships, or shifting my perspective in regards to these emotional investments, what can I be doing in the physical that is going to keep me out of this space where I'm resonating with, oh my gosh, woe is me, so now I just think that everything is just fucked off and fucked up. This is a card that talks about preparation. So as you're releasing, and you don't have to be physically preparing, this is a card of change. This talks about moving away from resonating so much in your water, and you guys are water signs, but Scorpio especially, Scorpios are very possessive, and you guys can also be very possessive of your thoughts and your goals and your actions, to the point to where it's like, no, this has to work. Scorpio, let me get y'all hit. They say the best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans, and if you don't believe in God, one of the most comedic instances in life is when you got some shit planned out and then it just goes completely left. They call that Murphy's Law. Shit is not always going to play out the way that you want it to. Okay, but we can't dwell in that. You cannot dwell in that, because if you lend all of your energy to why did this happen the way that it happened, why didn't this go the way that I wanted it to go, you will never be able to tap into this Three of Earth energy. This has a more subtle energy. This is not the Eight of Earth. This is not, the building card, the Seven of Pentacles. That's not what that is. This is a card that talks about, okay, listen, you still got some work to do over here, but just understand that while you're working through that, that can't be your only work. This card is telling me that, Scorpio, sometimes you devote your energy too much into one thing and forget about what else is going on around you, or other things that you could be doing. This is a positive card. This is a card of change. This talks about planting seeds. Again, it's an earth card, so it's a slow and steady type of energy, but this talks about, as far as change for you goes, and I think maybe it might have been your Libra forecast or the forecast before that, I talked about, for you guys, Scorpio, certain things not playing out the way that you thought they would, and y'all having a little bit of an issue and that throwing you off, Scorpio. Things are still going to be okay. This is a card that talks about planting seeds that are going to grow up and become very successful and very abundant. So you don't have to worry about your end goal, but you do have to worry about the work on the way, and you can't do the work if you're carrying baggage. How are you gardening, but you got a bag full of shit from your last relationship, and then you got a fanny pack full of emotions from your childhood, and then you got a whole, little shopping cart with some other little dead weight from, this friendship and that job. You know what I'm saying? Where is the space for your tools to garden? You can't do both at the same time. So you've got to start working through this to clear out space so that you can work towards this. This is your card of change. This is an energy that's supposed to be coming in for you, that you're supposed to be working towards as you work through the energy that's already there. Okay, Scorpio? Whew, that was a mouthful. Usually when I feel like that, I feel like I'm just really dropping knowledge. So I hope that mouthful that made me feel really winded really gave some of y'all some insight. All right, y'all, you got the 7 of Earth coming up in the position of your soul message, and this is one of my favorite cards, and I think it's just my little Capricorn rising when this card pops up, because this card literally talks about going to heal yourself. Scorpio, you are a water sign. So this card talks about, there's a couple messages for the card, but the first card, literally, Scorpio, is the best way that I can put it is returning to your element. Although this is an earth card, this talks about going out into nature to be healed. So Scorpio, depending on where you're at, some of y'all might need to go and get in some water and just breathe, just live for a second. If you got even if you don't have earth placements, like take a hike. Go walk outside before, the world wakes up. Take an early morning stroll or take a late evening stroll. This card literally talks about letting the earth and the earth's energies heal you. The main message, though, what I think for that card is, Scorpio, is whatever this is has put you into a place of just feeling disconnected. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is in your soul message position. So this card is saying that you need to come back to self. And that is come back to physical self and come back into your higher self as well. So Scorpio, you've really got to balance them. We are, as I'm recording this video, we are currently under the Libra lunar cycle energy. So you've got to find some harmony. You've got to clear things out that are weighing you down so that you can come back into being balanced. And once you're balanced, Scorpio, you're actually able to start planting those seeds. You can't do any of that if you're not, acknowledging that there's a place that you need to return to. And if you look at this card, he's got all of his energy wheels aligned, and they're all very lit. They're all spinning. He's got the snake, Kundalini energy. He's sitting on the earth. He's got fire behind his back. There's air back there. I don't see the water. Y'all real discriminatory with this little water element. I don't know what's popping. But basically, he is just taking the resources around him and what's available to bring him back into where he needs to be. And these resources that are around him are also resources that come from him. So this card, Scorpio, is saying that you have the power to bring yourself to where you need to be. You have the ability to go into that tough space and say, okay, this is what I need to work through. And once you work through that, understand, you will be able to do this. You'll be able to really, and it might feel like you're going back to the drawing board to replant seeds that you already tried to plant, but understand, change happens because it needs to. So if you feel like you're having to go back to the drawing board, it's because you needed to, and you needed to shift some things in regards to your end goal. You can still have the same end goal, Scorpio, but you do need to change how you're getting there. And the best way for you to do it is to bring yourself into a place of peace. Find your Zen space. That's literally what the soul message card is saying. It's saying, figure out what in this world, where in this world you can go and what you can do to find your Zen space to bring yourself back into balance, because you have to be balanced in order to balance out your emotion and your intellect. All right? Okay, Scorpios. Hope that those cards resonated with you. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a in-depth reading, or you want a personal reading, or you need some more insight, please feel free to book a reading with me through my Etsy shop. I've got a link down in the description box below. If you like this video, go on and give me a little thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, as I said earlier in the video, do not waste my time or yours by leaving something negative. 10 of Fire, which is the card of alignment, and this is the card that comes with the energy of, hey, Scorpio, you need to tap into that fire and really figure out what it is that'll bring you into alignment, and then you need to do it, okay? And then you got the Death and Rebirth card on the bottom. This really is a transformative time for you. You've got to burn some shit out, which I believe is really your emotional baggage. And once you do that, understand that rebirth, this comes up. So the death comes with, what was the first card for you guys? Shoot. I just did this reading for you. That's so crazy. That's how readings work for me. Like, I literally rarely ever remember anything that I just said. Whatever card y'all had first resonates with that death energy. Oh, the motion and intellect card. Cycles. You need to release that, clear that out. And then the rebirth portion comes with the 3 of earth, planting new seeds. Okay, so this is your season. This is your time of transformation also. And you guys are a fixed sign, so you really carry that energy of making moves, making shit happen. So Scorpio, things are changing for you. They're changing slowly but surely. Just understand that things are still going to play out the way that you want them to. It's just the journey might be a little different than you envisioned, all right? So yes, if you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you have any questions or comments, go on and drop them down below. So long as they're positive. If they're not positive, I'm deleting them, or I might just maybe kind of sort of like come at your head a little bit. If you've got any Scorpio friends, or know anybody with these Scorpio placements, or know anybody, you know, trying to get a handle up on what's going on in their little Scorpio bae's life, you can go on and send this video to them, help them get their lives together. What else? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You guys actually show me a lot of love. I think I said that earlier, so I know y'all are subscribed to me, but if you're not, please go on and hit that subscribe button. I am trying to, you know, I put all these videos up for free, and it's cool. I love helping you guys. I love all the feedback that I get, and I love that these videos really can provide y'all with some insight. But it will also be cool to be getting paid off of these videos, because this is very time-consuming, and I don't get paid for it. So I'm very close to having my channel monetized by YouTube. And I'm trying to hit 1K before I hit my 1-year mark, and I think I can do it with y'all's support. So please share my channel with anybody that is into astrology or tarot. Just tell them to subscribe to me. I don't get a lot of negative feedback. I think people like me. I think y'all like me. I don't know. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's it. I said like, comment, share, subscribe, especially if you are listening to me talk 23 minutes in. Go on and hit that subscribe button, okay? Thank you guys so much for, thank y'all for watching. Okay, little piece of quartz. Go where you go. I'll see y'all next time.